1429. We've been marching for days, and just up ahead is the city of Orlands. English had surrounded the city for months. They thought it would fall fast, but it definitely hasn't. We're not knights or anything. We're just foot soldiers. We don't get a horse, no good food, not great money. Just whenever something happens, we're there first. See you at the camp. Okay, we just made it to the camp outside of Orlands. I'm here with GCP Does Stuff.
Yeah.
And today, we're surviving as foot soldiers.
A medieval foot soldier, often called an infantryman, was a common soldier who fought on foot rather than horse. Unlike knights, who were usually heavy armored nobles, foot soldiers usually came from lower classes and had simpler gear like spears, swords, shields, or bow. They made up the bulk of medieval armies and were essential in battles, guarding camps, defending castles, and fighting in formations. Life as a foot soldier was tough. Long marches, basic food, and dangerous combat, but they were the backbone of warfare in the Middle Ages.
Okay, I'm going to take you inside of our tent here. Okay, so in this video, we're going to be showing you what the soldiers ate, how they lived, clothes they wore, all that stuff, and just how they survived in the siege of Orlands. Okay, so me as a foot soldier, this is what my armor consists of. So I have my metal gauntlets, very needed for hand protection, of course. I have my mail, which is, sword slashes, anything like that, protects my neck. And then we got my bassinet, which is visorless, and it's just a normal helmet. Then we have the inside of my mail, which is red. Looks pretty good. And my surcoat. Got some clogs right here, my black pants, and then my gambeson, and my belt to hold some of my stuff.
Alright, so I have got a bassinet Hounskull with the faceplate on it, an arm cap, and some gauntlets, and we've got blue pants here, surcoat, and belt. Also some pretty nice shoes.
So my weapon of choice is the sword. This was more of a sidearm. Foot soldiers would use more of halberds, spears, pole arms, pole axes, but this will be my main. And it's not great against full-plated knights and stuff, because of course that's why they're used as a sidearm. You use your spear, pole axe to get them on the ground, then jab them in there right there. And then next I'm going to talk to you about my warhammer. Alright, next is my warhammer. Warhammers were designed to smash and crush bones underneath plate armor, and they were very light, usually 2 to 3 pounds, so it was really easy to swing them. And they have a little point right here, and that was to get right in their mail, their weak spots. The last thing is my ceremonial dagger. This was based off the Knights Templars, and this crest right here is from King Charles V.
Alright, so I've got the pole axe. It can be an axe, spear, and hook all in one. You can slash and pull opponents off of a horse, going like that. Also, like if you're fighting a knight, you can go, it's got a lot of weight behind it, like that. And you can grab their leg and then pull them off their feet and hit them. So this would be probably more common for a foot soldier, as well as it just being great against armored opponents, as I said.
Story time! Let's go! Okay, so the city of Orlands was a key city on the Lorry River.
and if the English ended up capturing it, then they would push France back into a really bad state in which they could win the war. The English and their allies had already controlled a lot of France, and King Charles VII had not been king yet, if that makes sense. And being camped like this outside Orlands for so long, morale was terrible.
Alright, so we're going to be showing you how someone with a shorter weapon, such as yourself, can go get someone with a much longer weapon. So see, at a long distance, I can poke, go over here, hit, and then you just swing from there. You can't get anywhere near me. And even if you did, I can just block and then hit you. Now, to get, like, to actually be able to hit me, you have to get close. And from here, I can't, like, hit you with my axe as well. I have to kind of use this, which is a lot more difficult. So you can, and I can't block and stuff. And so, as someone with the pole arm, you have to keep the distance. So, let's just do a quick demonstration. All right, go ahead. So, as you can see, I'm keeping my distance from him. So he's gonna now try to close that distance. And there, and then he can get me. And if he's got control of this, then I can't do anything. Especially if I don't have another weapon. Now, if I had another weapon, once he got that close, then I could pull it, and then we could, you know,
Right.
do so.
If I had my halberd and we close distance,
Right.
and we're close, I could
Because I've got full
get out my knife.
Because, for
and
example,
stab.
like earlier, I have full control over this, but that doesn't include this hand.
Correct.
So if I've got control, he can grab this. And obviously, I've already got this in my hand. And if I let go of this, then he can regain control.
Right.
And get it. So there's not much I can do other than back off. Which then if I back off, then it goes back to he has power over me. So go ahead. Just do a demonstration. Right, I close the distance. And then he gets it. See, now I have to back off if I want to live, especially if I don't have any armor. And if I do have armor, then, well, he's got gaps, which are easier to find. And also another thing is your gauntlets, you can use these as weapons too. So, later in the video, we'll do a full-fledged fight. So, stay tuned to see that. For now, we'll probably rest for a minute, and I think we should go scouting because in a battlefield, they would have to scout the geography because there's famous examples of the men going. They didn't scout the geography, and then there's a river. What do you do now? Whenever everybody's wearing heavy armor and stuff, so, you know, you're gonna sink. Also, you could have like maybe 250 men, they could have like 500. And you would know before they even got there, so you could either, well, retreat or deploy some tactics. So, we're gonna rest, do that. So, see you in a little bit. Alright, so let's say I'm just sitting here playing some dice, you know, whatever, eating some food, which we will do later and show you what they're eating. But and then all of a sudden we're just like, all right, we're ready to attack. And the bad thing about a knight is that they've got stuff to put on. So commonly they'd have to choose not to put on certain things. As a soldier like us, well, we don't have that much to put on. So I grab my stuff quickly and then try to put it on as fast as possible, unlike this. You'd probably have some experience with this. Fun fact, not all knights would even see battle, but of course it's the 100 Years' War, so we're definitely seeing some battle. Alright. Right here. Grab my gauntlets. Grab my arming cap. This would be nice for padding under your metal helmet, especially because I don't have chainmail right now. We'll be getting some in the future. So on Freshy's channel, we're gonna be posting a movie. I'm gonna get some chainmail by then, of course. We're gonna do it. We're recording this on spring break, by the way. We were gonna do it then, but well, we're trying to get some more stuff. Thank you to Leo Azek for these helmets. Link in the description. Pretty much ready to go. So you would get ready, you grab your weapon, and yeah. But right now we're just gonna go scouting. So I would like to show you something. So if you'll follow me over here. What if I want to take this front plate off and be like Freshy? I can just do this, which I'm gonna do this right now because I'm not really going into combat, but you know, I'm gonna check some things out. I'm scouting, so take that off and just put on the helmet like this. And then I'm all good. Alright, so let's go scout. So we're going out here to scout. Got some weapons with us. Generally, scouts would be on horseback, so they could quickly escape, especially because they were getting close to the armies, and so you need a quick escape. Because scouts could be captured, they could charge ransom, get information from the army that they were trying to scout for, all of that. So yeah, but we're just on foot today. I got an axe though, and he's got a weapon of some sort.
My warhammer right here.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to turn the camera around and show them what we're scouting for. So we are walking down this field right here, kind of out in the open. So far, the geography looks pretty good for fights. You know, I mean, looks like a good place to have big armies and stuff. So yeah, you can probably like come out here, just line up your armies like across this field. Also, if you had like archers or something, I don't know, like put them back there and you can hide them in the tree line and they could walk out and be like, yo. And for those of you that don't think longbows, English longbows would be effective against armor, they very much would be. Maybe not one, but like, I don't know, like 650 arrows coming towards you, that's pretty bad, I would say. So we'll see when we get there.
Now, realistically, based on where our camp is and just historically accurate, the camp was surrounding the city in general. So right here, there would probably be a castle.
We probably wouldn't be getting this close, realistically. But, yeah.
Well, we've been walking for a little bit, and we're getting close to a small village. So I'll update you guys when we actually get there. So we've arrived in the village, and generally during sieges, peasants were hit the hardest.
There would be famine, food shortages, burning of villages. The women would be sexually abused, and generally a horrible time. Also, the smell was horrendous because of all the people dead and all that.
Well, we're gonna keep going. Probably head back to our camp. We'll catch you guys when we get back. The town was so hard pressed that they could no longer endure, for hunger and fear had overcome them. So far, we haven't seen any enemies, but that could change due time.
We're gonna see if there's any peasants in this village.
In all, it seems pretty abandoned, and I think we should get back.
I agree. We're fine, but I'm not trying to get ambushed, so we'll just bring the commander back the news. Let's go.
Okay, so soldiers ate a bunch of stuff to dry aged cheese, dry aged salted sausages, and that's what we have here. We got small dried sausages right here, and then we got our bread, which are biscuits. So we are gonna go ahead and eat the food that foot soldiers.
Hey,
in
can I
camp
get a
would eat.
new piece of food, please?
A biscuit for you. Usually they didn't have any seasonings like butter. Condiments.
Tastes like a biscuit. So how are you gonna tell? Kind of sucked.
It really did.
The sausage is pretty good.
Together right here.
Personally, I'm weird. I like biscuits. I would live on this.
Mm-hmm.
Play some dice maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll tell you another form of entertainment in just a minute. Thank you.
All right. So now we're gonna play some dice, and this is just a classic gambling game that most peasants and foot soldiers would play while they're in camp. But peasants would gamble in taverns with this game, and most foot soldiers are peasants. They're not really born into noble families. They're just regular people, and when they were bored, they were like, hey, let's just play some dice. So to start out,
Whoever wins gets this.
yes, we're betting this.
That's our bet.
Okay, so starting out, we're both gonna roll one dice, and whoever gets the higher number gets
Ready?
to go first. 2 and 5. All right, I'll go first. So I'll roll, and I got a 1, and I'm gonna roll again. So that's 100 points. 150. We're gonna do it one more time. Okay. 350.
350.
No, that's 400.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm a hold.
All right. Please. All right. 200. 200.
Okay. 400.
500.
600.
Are you sure?
Cause I had 400. That was a 1.
Okay.
I just rolled it over.
All right.
Oh, shoot. Okay. 700. Wait, no, 800.
That's 800.
Nah, I'm not gonna
No,
do it.
you win anyways.
Fine.
750. No, that's 850.
Yeah, that
Damn.
one.
Holy cow.
I think.
All right, so you
I think
beat
we need
me.
to go back to school if we aren't. Well, we're already in school, but we need to go back to kindergarten.
Yes. Okay. Well, you beat me. So you get.
Look at my prize.
All right. Well, I'm gonna try and take a nap. And we're kind of just chilling. So.
So we have our knight. Knights generally would, well, you're gonna have to imagine that he has plate armor on because, you know, we don't really feel like putting all that on. Definitely not because we don't have it. You know, anyway. Here you go. We will be getting more armor in the future, but, you know, we're working with what we got. So just imagine a knight would usually have armor, chest plate, like a armored skirt, leg armor, and they would also have armor for the feet, but they generally only wore it on horse because it could get awkward sometimes. So I'm going to be showing weak points in armor, also how to take down a knight with like something like this. So start off with, if you're a foot soldier, you've already got rid of your poleaxe there. Then you're left with this. What you can do is you can grab this, which if you've got gloves on is safe, and you can try to whack hard right there. Also, if the these visor holes are open enough, if you got them on the ground, you can go into the half sorting method like this and stab it into that hole. Or here in the armpit is a weak point, but it's gonna be kind of difficult, especially if they've got, like, some of them would have plates right there too. So you'd have to move this out of the way. Also, this chainmail is protecting against slashes, but can sometimes stop a cut. But if you apply enough force, so if you're like this, if you got it right there, and then they probably can go right through it, or at least can severely damage the person under it. So that's what you would do with a sword. Heavier swords could do some more damage, but that's just a one-handed sword. Okay, next, if you've got a pole arm, you go. Kind of knock them out. You can get them on the ground. You can also sometimes like go like that, or just anything general. But also right here, I don't know, I think they can see it, but like basically right here, there's exposed ligaments. So you can go behind, cut that like that. Also, you can just generally go and then pull them and get them on the ground. Go like that. Also, sometimes if it's like a great helm, which would be mostly phased out by now, but there could be some, I guess, where it's flat on top, and you go. And since it's flat, it's not going to deflect, where compared to if I just hit, those are mostly just going to this is really only good for, like, if he's already on the ground, then you can take it and put it in the chainmail, which, here, if you want to come over closer to the camera, crouch down, you can see that the chainmail is just loops, and so that can, like, poke through. If they're on the ground, you can go and get right under that, which is why 14th century that a lot of heavier knights would have like a chainmail coif, so it's padded, and also they'd have chainmail like that goes around just their neck here, so that way if you get under that, it's going to be like 2 layers of protection. But this is going to be really hard, so you're going to have to go on the ground. Also, you can take it, go right there, and then like put your whole body on it, and hopefully that takes the knight down. And stab, depending on the helmet, which this isn't a, like, tournament helmets would generally keep your neck more protected, but this, you're making some sacrifices, and so you can just slide it right under there too, in which you know, you can stab there. Correct. So you don't want your neck open.
Yeah.
So is it time that we do a fight before it gets too dark?
Yes, that was amazing.
Okay, so we're gonna fully gear up, do a fight. Also, subscribe if you like more of this stuff, and we're gonna have a night movie coming soon to you. All right, so we're gonna do a full-fledged fight. Maybe we'll do a fist fight afterwards in armor. Kind of cool. If you lose your weapon, then it goes into a fist fight anyway. All right, let's get on our sides. Okay. I'm gonna move back a couple steps. Try to stay in camera here. If not, it might get a little bit rough, but I'm sure you'll enjoy the sounds. Okay, it's gonna be a fair fight. Give up, let them give up. Try not to hurt each other too much here. All right, ready? Okay, so now we're gonna try to do some armored wrestling.
So a lot of times when two knights were fighting, one would usually get one on the ground to get their knife into their chainmail. So this is basically trying to recreate what that would look like.
Without knives.
Without knives, and it's just with our fists.
But you get the point.
So.
Because we could get knives, but we're too lazy, so. Ready? A gentleman's agreement here. All right. Fair fight, let's go. Oh.
Okay.
All right, guys, it's getting pretty late. Not really much else to do. Probably take a nap, play some more dice. I'm assuming you guys probably don't want to see an hour long of dice, so we'll just cut the video here. But see you in the morning. So don't click off just yet, and yeah.
Ooh, good morning, guys. It's morning, as you can tell.
How did you sleep?
Pretty good.
I slept horrible. I mean, look at what we're sleeping on.
I just kind of slept with my clothes, so like my extra gambeson and stuff. Yeah. So that made it easy.
We're gonna get ready and then meet you guys outside. Talk about what we learned today.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed episode 2 of Living in History. If you want to check out the first episode, it will be
in my channel.
On a playlist too.
On a playlist. Episode 3 will be coming out soon. Make sure you guys subscribe, and we will see you in the next one.
I think we're going to siege the castle now. Let's go.
All right.